What started as a simple non-appearance for training on Monday, 14 November, quickly became a serious case of a missing player. 4 days later, on the 17th of November, having failed to reach Sbu directly through his known channels and numerous visits to his known address here in Pretoria, we mandated our senior team manager to rope in the police. We know the realities of our beautiful country, and that elevated our concerns for the well-being of Sbu. On Monday, 5 December, we, alongside SSG, travelled to a location we were confident we could find Sbu. Not knowing who or what waited for us, but willing to take the chance if it meant we could find him. Once we reached the town, we stopped at the local police station to solicit their help, but we were unsuccessful in this regard, with the police citing that we are not family and thus we cannot intervene. At approximately 1:30, we arrived at the location and began to knock, call and pray that we could at least assist Sbu. Fortuitously, as we were considering moving to another address, his father-in-law pulled up to the gate, assuming that he was coming for a visit, and he confirmed that Sbu was indeed inside the home, having last seen him on Wednesday, 30 November 2022. That spurred us on as we waited with hope that could not be dampened by the rain. At approximately 2 minutes after 2, Sbu stepped out the gate and opened it without hesitation or resistance. We shared brief pleasantries because of the pouring rain, and he invited me inside, where we spent about 40 minutes speaking. Specific contents of our conversation I cannot share. I'm sure we can all understand, but in summary, it was important for me to establish that he was okay, safe and unharmed. Pursuant to that, it was important to try and understand where he is at and what has led to his decision, and how we as a company and rugby family can support him. We were thrilled to find Sbu and incredibly relieved to see that he was alive. Equally, we were saddened to see him in the state that he was in, a gentle soul who was somewhat seen in a light dim owing to his current well-being. I'm however confident that we are in a good position to provide Sbu with the support he needs, and that we should acknowledge his incredible courage to even say to us that he is not okay. I mean, looking at comments on articles and social media, it's quite frightening that stones can be thrown so quickly at someone, and it's. I think we all need to sort of have a look at ourselves and say, well, I mean, everybody's going through stuff. We're not immune to it, and just have that little bit of respect that, again, as I said earlier, these rugby players aren't robots. They're not machines. They're human beings, and unfortunately, human beings read stuff and they read comments, and they're not immune to it. I think we need to understand that. I mean, Sbu probably came onto the scene at a very young age. At 20, left his parents' house at a very young, even a younger age, to pursue a dream of going to JP and being a professional sportsman. That does have its pressure. He's a World Cup winner at the age of 22, 23. So I think in the end, it just adds up. I mean, again, I think at this stage, our concern is not for Sbu, the rugby player, it's for Sbu, the person. Jake obviously has a job to do and prepare a team this weekend. To say that he's missed team meetings in the plural is exaggerating. He missed one meeting and was disciplined for that. But obviously, Jake's known Sbu for a long time as well. And at this stage, our concern is for Sbu, the person, and not the rugby player. I mean, he's an employee of the company, and being absent without leave for 3 weeks does have consequences. But again, I think at this stage we're really missing the point if our concern is whether he's going to have a contract at the Bulls or not. We've got a player that's struggling with mental health issues and going through a really rough patch, and that should be our concern. Is how do we get him on his feet again, and he can stand up and become the superstar rugby player that we all know he is.